People will ask me, is the college still useful to me if my church is doing fine? If we're growing, we're healthy, we're happy, why would I come to the College for Congregational Development? And whenever I'm asked that question, I immediately think about All Souls Berkeley.
It goes
All Souls is a fun, funky, thriving congregation in Berkeley. And their rector, Phil, heard about the college through networking with other clergy and decided to come.
Why would you come to the college if your church is doing just fine?
All Souls was at this moment in time where they were full. They were packing the pews, there wasn't room for new people to fit, and so they had to make a decision. Do we stop here, or do we split our service so that we have 3 Sunday morning services and kind of feel like we're starting over again?
The biggest challenge for All Souls has been things were going really well. Services were getting to be so that it was hard for new people to come in and really find that they had space.
We were regularly packing the place in our principal service such that there wasn't room for more people to join us. We needed to make the leap.
And so we had to break the church in a way in order to remake it.
It was right after they had made that shift. Their leadership decided they needed some tools and some help in managing that transition to deal with the complicated feelings, the complicated tensions that came up from their choice to continue toward growth and health.
College is really helpful in our transition because whenever you get into places of conflict, you have to be able to negotiate them in a way that people will still be willing and able to remain at the table together.
I think one of the things that All Souls discovered was that making that transition from 2 services to 3 services was difficult.
Pretty well documented across the church that is a hard jump to make.
The college gave us tools and practices. It gave us a common language and a way to look at things that didn't make the problem seem so insurmountable.
They needed the college to give them some of the tools to keep welcoming more and more people into the life of their faith community. Since they started using and implementing the tools for the college, they've been retaining more newcomers than they ever did before.
It's made a big difference.
The college is next level fitness for your congregation. So now All Souls is 3 years in after their transition, and they are a great example of a church that has taken on the language of congregational development, the models that we teach, and really made them a part of their faith development.
I think it was really great for them to go as a team and experience it together and then come back and have the same language and the same models and practices. They've just all raved about how great it was.
The College for Congregational Development has helped our leadership think about us as an organization, and it's given them frameworks to do so, models to kind of play with.
The college has really given the leadership and the congregation at All Souls the language that we wanted and maybe didn't know where it was.
It's incredibly helpful. It's given me scaffolding to my job and what I do.
Well, it's affected everybody around me because now all I do is talk about these models.
Phil and Liz have been presenting some of the models.
I have started teaching these models as part of our time together.
You can walk in and almost anyone at All Souls can tell you about gather, transform, and send as the core purpose of a congregation.
Gather, transform, send model. Phil has talked to us a lot about that. They just provide a bigger frame for a very local experience.
If it weren't for some of these models, I don't know that I would have the vision to see some of my jobs through.
It gives framework, I think, for what we're trying to do and how to get there, both the how and the why together.
Having a framework to think systematically about the mission of the parish and how we're doing was the most valuable thing.
They talk about and use the frameworks all the time, and it's working for them. They're continuing to grow, they're continuing to become more healthy and more faithful.
Going to the college has changed the way I see what I do. There are always new ways of looking at things that you can't see.
I think that All Souls is kind of unstoppable. They're full of life and they have this quirky, fun way of being Christian together that's very California, very Berkeley, and also unique to them.
All Souls is doing great. It is a healthy parish. It's thriving. It's a great place to be.
God is still calling people to All Souls. If your church has a unique identity to share with the world, if you need to discover that identity, or if you know who you are and want to become that in a better, bigger way, the college can help you do that.
It goes up.